Hello, this is J.N.S. and happy Friday. I hope you guys are having a great week. We are doing another weekly tarot. It's Friday. We do this every Friday. Although I'm starting a little late, so I apologize for that. I was just getting my life together. It's just one of those days. It's just one of those days. Um, and so you guys, we're doing the weekly tarot. Now, you know how we start this? We go through an overview of last week's prophecies. We see what transpired, what was the energy. We just do a weekly review on what we predicted for the previous week. And so, obviously, last week's reading was April 12th. That was Friday. And so, we're just going to review from the 13th through the 19th before we get into next week's reading, which is covering the 20th through the 26th. Okay. And so before we do that, let's just give a brief review of last week, of this week, rather. It's Friday, it's ended. So let's see what happened from the 13th through the 19th. And pretty much everything that we said from last week, last Friday, has come to pass. In that video, April 12th, we specifically mentioned that there would be something with major cars, something major with a car company happening, as well as something with the CEO of a car company. And so we had major. I mentioned Ford. I was wondering which one would have been Tesla, would have been Evie, but there was something going to be major with cars this week. And so we seen on April 15th, there was a car recall from all the car companies, pretty much a lot of them. We have Chrysler, we have Jeep, Daimler Truck, and Ford. They did a recall of 131,000 vehicles that happened on April 15th, and this was the National Highway Traffic Security Administration. So there was a multiple recalls, and so we've seen that happen this week. And I had felt, we knew it was something going to be with the recalls, but it looks like in addition to this, because there was a new feature that was supposed to come out too, as we mentioned specifically, some type of car feature coming out. So this was a big week, believe it or not, for like stuff with car companies. We seen what happened with EV this week. We seen what happened. So we're just going to cover just some of the other things. So let's see. We had that. Then we had our flying cars finally here. Let's this feature of the flying car was big this week, and so we'll cover some of this. This was also published April 15th, and it's the title. This is the New Yorker. It says our flying cars finally here, and we've seen, this is a venture capital company. It looks like they're going to be doing some investment in this idea of funding the flying car. Let's see if this is the thing they want to do. And so this was this week. One of the segment was Silicon Valley. Let's see. And so we're going to see more and more about this flying car thing. They already have this in existence. That I can tell you for a fact. However, as far as it being public knowledge, public domain, they're going to roll out a plan where they are developing a flying car, but they already have flying cars. They just have to negotiate the technology, work around with another dimension, pretty much, and they'll be able to sell flying cars here and do this flying car thing. So you're going to hear a lot more about that. And so we see this thing with pivotal aircrafts being permitted under the Federal Aviation Administration. And so this is something that was big this week as well. This idea of the flying car, this robot, this self autonomy cars had a huge, it was just major in the mainstream news. But we also see Neo. Neo had car making qualifications was officially approved this week as well. That was April 15th. So NIO's independent car making qualification has officially been approved, and the company has started producing and delivering EVs under its own name. So we knew it was something going to be major with a car. And we mentioned EV. We did say, is it EV? Was it electric? Was it cars? That's all I kept seeing, on Friday when we did the reading. So it's interesting that we see, NIO car making qualifications has been approved. We see the recalls of all the damn car companies, Chrysler, Jeep, uh, Ford, Daimler, and then NIO's car making qualifications. This thing with this flying car stuff this week, and then because this is major. NIO's a major company. I just this energy this week was just I just kept getting vehicle. I just kept getting I kept getting that. So then also we had Singapore's car startup company. They sought a valuation of over 1.5 billion this week. This was also published on Monday, and so it's used car marketplace Caro. They're raising about 100 million as it gears up for stock market debut. So they'll be on the stock market, and so they're seeking a 1.5 billion evaluation. And this was the CEO Aaron Tan. Okay. So we knew it would be a CEO of a car company, so that's that one. But there's something with some other stuff I want to just cover here before we get into this week's reading. We're just doing a review. We have, let's see. Oh, Tesla. Unfortunately, we had an update with Tesla laying off more than 10% of its workers. Okay. Along with the departure of the two senior executives. Remember, we said it was going to be something with the CEOs of car companies, that cuts added to the signs of turmoil at the electric car company. Yeah, so Tesla, unfortunately, is laying off more than 10% of, and it was kind of like the energy I was getting was more so on the up and up with the car stuff. But it was a little neutral as well. Like it could have went either way as far as the events that we saw around the cars. But I did know it was going to be some type of new feature added for this idea of cars, and then the CEO of car company. So we have the CEO of Singapore. I just knew it was just a big week for this car stuff. But then remember, we also mentioned that there would be a CEO. Oh, here's another. Before we move on from the car topic that we talked about in the TRO last week, I want to do just one more. So, robo taxi company Waymo may move to Atlanta this week as well. This is April 17th. And so the California company will train its vehicles before autonomous driving begins. And so, self-driving. So remember, we talked about like this feature being added, this feature being released from the cars itself. So we have this idea of autonomy, self-flying car, self-driving car. Waymo is testing its vehicle technology in Atlanta. Okay. They've been not ready to take customers, but they announced it on Tuesday that it's making its Waymo driver autonomous driving system to Atlanta to evaluate how the technology generalizes to different environments and new experiences. So I thought that was interesting because, Atlanta is Atlantis, is a very powerful city in America, amongst others. I'm not taking away from the uniqueness of other cities at all. It's just, Atlanta is a powerhouse energetically. And so I am quite surprised because we specifically said there's going to be some type of feature released, of a car, and made mainstream news, CEO of car companies being affected. So we have that with the CEO of Singapore coming out, even the executives at Tesla having some issues. But this self-driving car, Waymo, it has announced this week, that they're testing their technology for self-driving in Atlanta, and I'm in Georgia, so it's interesting. That's fucking interesting. And so obviously that energy, again, if you want to look at it as, are we doing predictive programming? Are we programming the algorithm ourselves? It's interesting because it's like, this is a little uncanny. Sometimes I be thinking I'm programming this shit myself. And if I, and that's the tarot 2.0, tarot 3.0. I actually want to talk about that. Not maybe not in this video or today, but eventually I want to talk about like what is the tarot 2.0, the tarot 3.0, where the advisors themselves, us, the advisors, we are able to program a certain outcome in our clients' lives that they want to see, that's in their best benefit, that they want to see, and and shifting the gift from just mere premonition and clairvoyance to the gift on a certain level of mentalism, where you're able to actually program the realities of the clients for their best outcome. So they're not only paying to get a probability of an outcome, or the predictive nature of an event, or even knowing the energy around a past event. So you have those two gifts, the actual clairvoyance aspect, and the ability to read energy and minds from the past and even now, and then the ability to reprogram their whole shift based on pretty much the realities that they themselves want to see, the outcomes that they want to see. Granted, it is in the highest good for them, and is not in her harming anyone. That's the tarot 2.0, tarot 3.0. And I'm experimenting with that, not with my clients. I'm experimenting when we do this weekly stuff, though. And when we do the weekly tarot, it's for you to prepare, for you to tap into the energy that's going to be upcoming for the week. When we've had this energy with the cars, that affected people on a personal level, on an individual level. We also stated that someone could be trying to buy a new car, something could happen with their car could break down. So these are things that you could use to just prepare. And if you hear something that you don't like that's being presented in the weekly tarot, you can manage to shift that, or to actively use your own intention to see how what outcome you do want to see. you know and so this is the collective sense. We do these general readings, but these world events that we particularly hone in on come true week after week after week. So I'm experimenting with the tarot 3.0, 2.0 to see, to develop this predictive programming in terms of uh, formulating the algorithms of this on a quantum level. I am doing that as an advisor, and I again, I don't use that on my clients, um, but as part of the weekly tarot. That's a part of the reason why we do these videos, in addition to helping you guys stay abreast on what the probabilities of outcomes for the week, especially if it's something like storms, like that week where all them outages happened, and storms and thunders. That was something where that could have been used in advance to prepare for some of the things we've covered with even on the business level. Like we saw that I had saw that there were going to be some labor laws be released, and that same week the labor laws got released and into effect. Those type of things, you want to be abreast on something, not so you can fear or worry, but so that you can have this information to use at your disposal, for your individual needs. Okay, and so that's important. So obviously we have the self-driving car company and the ATL. Very interesting. And so another thing that we see, was we mentioned in the last video that there would be a CEO of a banking company, of a bank. I mean, we said a CEO of finance. I was like, CEO of a bank that says something relating to the investment. And I did mention the Federal Reserve specifically. I believe, I think I did say something with Federal Reserve Bank of CEO, Bank of America. And I did say Bank of America CEO specifically. I just said there was a CEO of a bank in finance, something with the finance, and they would come out this week. And so here we have the Bank of America CEO. We just knew there would be something with the CEO of a bank, and so he's talking about the Federal Reserve is winning the war on inflation, and he pretty much gave finance advice on Yahoo Finance. Like we saw a Bank of American, we saw a CEO of a bank or a finance company. It was something related to finance and news, with banking, and so CEO Brian Moynihan comes out this week, and this was also on Wednesday, April 17th, as you can see, and he talks about the battle against inflation. Okay, and let's see what he says. So he was talking about how the investment class is really focused on what the Fed, waiting for the Fed and whatnot. And so as far as the incoming data, and so he was suggesting that inflation is more persistent than it's currently expected to be. They remain elevated as far as the inflation. And so let's see. So he was before the Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs and Washington. Okay, so he did this previously. That's old. So we get bummed about our banks and this rising rate backdrop, which hopefully doesn't last. But Field Bank of America's strong capital markets performance, ongoing expense discipline, 31 billion, and growing excess capital. I actually want to know like what was his statement. The stock was largely defended by Wall Street analysis. Tuesday sell off. Okay, so he's explaining how inflation is shifting consumer spending in relation to the markets. And let's just see, because I thought it was something else he was saying too. Was there more than because this was published? CEO of the Federal Reserve. Inflation. Okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for. So, Bank of America CEO Brian Moynihan thinks Wall Street is Fed watching way too much. They don't have the power to decide what the facts are. This was also Wednesday, April 17th. So it says Wall Street have been waiting for months with bated breath to see, or even if Powell and colleagues have decided to cut the base rate, currently at a 2-decade high. Okay. Expert prediction. So, yeah. Okay, so I think you guys get the point. But this is important information, especially if you are into the markets. This is, even though we're doing like a weekly tarot and it's supposed to be fun, it is informative. Because for those that are into the markets, we know how inflation affects it, and we know how even Fed cuts Fed rates, the inflation rates, and what the Fed is going to do. The Federal Reserve's impact on the market is prevalent. And so this could be something you potentially want to read through. We're not going to read it through here, but I'll actually put because this may be important to actually a lot of people, believe it or not. But that was major, so I'll put that in there just in case you guys want to read it because we're not going to read through that. And let's see what else we had. Oh, we said something relating to a woman's organization. We saw that. Social media. It was going to be a major social media feature added, and so we did see that with TikTok. April 16th, they rolled out the notes, the ads, the photo app, search insights, and more. It wasn't just TikTok that did social media new releases this week. We saw Twitter come out with what was the X? What's this release that they're doing? Oh, the clearing up of the community engagement that went viral. I said it was going to be something that went viral though. So the TikTok notes, them adding the TikTok notes went viral, but with X, well, I'll still call it Twitter. But what Twitter did was release their campaign to combat engagement. Matter of fact, let's look it up because it's better if you guys see it in front of you versus me just talking about it. Twitter engagement. Let's see, something they're doing with this. Okay, here we go. So this also happened this week. We said it was going to be some type of feature that went viral though for social media that was going to add something or do something big in one of these social media spaces, be it Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, or we didn't know which one, but I think we did mention Twitter in there. But Elon Musk comes out 8 hours ago. He says he threatens to suspend Twitter accounts involved in engagement farming. So they're going to release some type of feature to resolve for engagement farming. I think engagement farming is faking the engagement, but I wouldn't know how. I mean, I guess like people, paying for the comments or something like that, or paying for likes or something. But I guess Twitter advertisement. I mean, you can use Twitter ads and get that. So I guess that they found out a way to figure that out. But also, TikTok added some features this week too on April 16th. Let me see if TikTok made. So it looks like the viral story was the Twitter, but I'm trying to see because TikTok added some pretty, some pretty cool features this week as well. Teams. Okay, so here we go. So we got Taylor Swift teams with TikTok for exclusive torture poets department. It's an in-app feature. This is a new feature. Yeah, so this was it's something that was going to go viral with a new app, like some new exclusive. See, here we go. Here we go. Exclusive features for Apple. This is TikTok, but TikTok added. See, here we go. One day ago, TikTok, Instagram like apps notes is rolling out. TikTok's not usually one to copy features from the competitors. In fact, so they rolled that out. That kind of went viral. This new photo. Yeah, here we go. So we can see that one day ago. Spotify introduces new. So we just knew it was going to be something with the TikTok stuff. With the social, we said social media specifically. We said it could have been TikTok, it could have been Twitter, but it looks like it was both TikTok and Twitter with a new feature that would go viral that would kind of have people talking. But people are really talking about that engagement farming stuff more so. And then the last thing that we mentioned was there were going to be something with women organizations. Women, so we're still kind of waiting for the women's organizations, but we've seen this week a lot of stuff with women's basketball in the forefront, particularly the WNBA. There was a lot of news with the WNBA this week. Let's see if we can actually pull it up. With salary stuff going. Like the in the WNBA and the shock at the differences, the pay. We knew it was something with women's organizations, women's rights, with the shocking the discrepancy between the WNBA women's salary, which is started at 77,000, compared to like the men's basketball, they get like millions and millions. And so we know that there was a lot of people talking about, the Caitlin Clark salary, but baby girl, Angel Reese's salary is starting at that same amount. They pretty much paying them the same amount. They got like some type of like 4-year contract or some shit like that, and they get paid 77,000, and it goes up because they're getting a rookie contract, quote unquote. And so I would say by like year 4, they're going to be making like 100,000 K or some shit like that. But that's still pennies compared to what the guys in the NBA make. And in WNBA, women's basketball is getting more popular. So I would say, sure, you pay them more. Maybe not no billion, no 10 $100 million contract and stuff, but let's be real. We got, and I want to shout out the other baby girls because a lot of people they just on this women's basketball shit. But shout out to Augustus Simone. Okay, Diana Taurasi. I mean, we had some big Candace Parker. Candace Parker, baby girl that she went to the WNBA. If I'm not believe, if I don't believe it, don't go quote me on that. But growing up, I ain't gonna hold you. Like we was watching the NCAA women's basketball. Me particular, I was a big fan. LSU always had Baylor. I mean, come on, LSU. They always had like the pop-in teams. I used to always look forward to watching them. And we remember Simone Augustus. I think she plays for the WNBA now too. I mean, it's just mad like women that I grew up. Damn, it was the white girl too that used to play. I mean, it was a couple of them that grow because this was like so long ago. I think when I was into the NCAA, I mean, let's see, when was Simone Augustus playing? Because she was one of my favorites. She was like a beast. This her right here. This is Simone Augustus. So where did she go? Yeah, her teammates is Diana Taurasi. Everybody knows Diana Taurasi is a beast too. And so these are the women that I grew up seeing. Of course, Dawn Staley. At that time, Dawn Staley was still she was playing at the Olympics. Like she was so inspirational when they had won that gold medal. Oh my gosh, when they won that gold medal, I want to say that was 2006, 2000. Remember they went to the Olympics. Man, that was just amazing to watch. Like it's just it's always been something on that intrigued me. Believe it or not, I had a best friend that actually could play basketball like so fucking good. She was inspiring to me, so I tried my foot in it. I did play basketball for a couple of years, and JV. I wasn't no good. I mean, I was okay, but I was definitely not like no all star gonna make it into the WNBA or play, at the college level. Not even remotely. I could have put my mind to it, but again, high school was a fashion show to me. I wanted to look cute. I didn't want to go to practice. It didn't look like playing basketball, get sweaty. So that was that. But I've always admired basketball. It is an American, a Black American sport, an American indigenous sport, and so basketball has always been cool. I remember I went to Delaware Park every single day to go play some basketball. Um, Man, it's just so like it's so to see this come about. Like when we were watching the NCAA for the women's, nobody was nobody really cared about women's basketball at that level. So we do thank Angel Reese for making that happen. We really like she really, and people say Caitlin Clark, but if Angel Reese wasn't doing that little move she did with her hand and how and doing that, she wasn't taunting her, nobody would have known what these people was. That stuff went viral because of what Angel Reese did and Angel Reese's swag and whatnot. And so she put it on the map, and they don't want to give her credit for it. They actually have a I want to share my baby girl, because a lot of people they to me, I mean, we have some stellar players over the years, so I don't I think Caitlin's a fun player, but to make it seem like this is y'all just catching up, it's just that women's basketball is going viral, but women's basketball players, like, they have some amazing players. And so, Sue Bird was a shit too. This white girl. Yeah, Sue Bird she was amazing growing up too. She was another inspiration. Sue Bird, I remember her. Candace Parker. So these were some of the people that I grew up watching. And so unfortunately, these women, they weren't. It was before our time, as far as people. Oh, Sylvia Fowles was nice too. Yep, Sylvia Fowles, Tamika Catchings. This was my baby girl. I got to shout out Tamika Catchings. This girl was on fire too. We all remember Tamika Catchings. We all remember her. And so it is so nice to reflect on this, because I haven't checked with the basketball in a long time, and so I am excited that these women are getting notarized for their craft. I mean, it's such Tina Thompson was the shit back in the day. She probably still is the shit. I just haven't caught up with this stuff. But I remember her name really strikes a bell. But Tamika Catchings, I still love to see her play too. Yeah. Tina Thompson was something else too. Yeah, her. She was cool. She was the shit. Cheryl Swoops. We all remember Cheryl Swoops. We all remember Cheryl Swoops. So, I just think it's important that, these women get they shine, and that they pay need to be raised. They pay need to be raised. Caitlin Clark and baby girl Angel Reese starting at 77. Okay, no. The rookie contract, they need double that amount. Shit. The fuck? Triple that amount. I mean, they literally made it mainstream. They made women's basketball, like, give these two women their share due. Okay, especially Angel Reese. Like, come on, like, you got to pay them more. They at least need $500K a piece starting for their. They need a $1 million, a couple $1 million contracts a piece. Both of them. They literally are going to bring in so many eyes and so many. And we're in the age of divine feminine, so of course this is women's basketball time. This is women's time. This way a lot of the rapping with the women in rap is very popular now, and so these things are done, for obvious reasons. So that's something that I thought was interesting when we mentioned the women's organization. And then we seen the nonprofit for since San Francisco Bakery, they're supporting like these abortion rights or something like that. Something with women's rights is what we saw last week. We knew it was some type of organization, but it was really women's organization. So I think it's more so of the WNBA is what I'm picking up on, because that was the only thing that, again, this was stuff that goes mainstream. as far as the energy that's going to be pushed for that for this week. And again, we are still doing the review for last week. For if you just now coming in, we're doing the review for last week. Another thing we saw, oh, WhatsApp has some updates too that they announced. WhatsApp also had some an update where you can share your status on Instagram. That was another one that what we saw. But then was there anything else for the women? 'Cause I got a feeling that's still gonna be something with women. She's the founder of Concerned Women for America. Beverly LaHaye died this week. Well, she died, yeah, on April 14th, 2 days after we knew it was something with a woman's organization, founder, Concerned Women for America, to oppose the Equal Rights Amendment. So she was, I guess, an activist that died at 94. But again, I mean, this could have been it, but it does seem to be. I resonate more with the WNBA because it was a women's organization and something with women's rights. So I know they're talking about the pay with the WNBA. So this week, and so I would say the energy that I feel from even that particular prophecy is still ongoing for at least the next week. It's something that's still going to come out of this. This is just the beginning stages of what we saw this week with the WNBA and the pay. And so we may see a women's organization come out about that. And so I would say that's what I will be looking for. But nonetheless, we've seen some, this founder of Concerned Women for America, she died this week as well. And so, that this stuff is interesting. I would say I want to make sure that we covered everything before we look into this week's reading. And again, we are using this. Hopefully, like the things that we talk about is more pertinent to you as an individual, but that's what the individual readings are for. But this one is just for the events. I think we covered everything for it. Yep. So let's move on to what we see for this week. Let's get that ready. I done shared all these screens up. Let's see. Okay. So let's do this week. Let me just tap in. And remember, this is starting from the 20th to the 26th of April. Let's see what we get. Okay. Energy looks okay for the week. It starts off a little rocky. Then it gets better. So let me get my screen ready for you to see it. Okay. I have to share my screen. I just want to still looking at to see what is going on here. Okay, so let's see. And so let me share. So this is the spread for this week, and we're still getting into it. I'm just allowing for you to look through this quantum client server, this big server is what I'm doing right now. But also I'm going to share my links. If you guys do want a reading before we start, you can hit me up for that. Hit me up. I call the number, or we could do live chat, or you can book on my website or Etsy. So I'll put that in there, and then we'll start. Wow. Just picking up to see what the week events is going to be. It looks like what I'm picking up already, and I'm hoping that this is something with some type of some company got some major job rollout that they about to do. I just wish I'm developing this, but I really want to like be able to get to the bottom of like, really more precise. I just know that there's going to be like some type of big major job release as far as like world events. Is going to be something with that benefits the American people with job opportunity. Yes, it's some type of opportunity that's going to be released. And also, yeah, yep, it's like be more focused on. Yeah, yeah. There's like a some type of rollout. This could be it could be governmental program as far as like a job rollout, like some type of job protocol, but it's something that benefits the American people. It's something that benefits. It's something that leads to new job opportunities for people. This could be also a major like transnational company, like a major company coming forward and um releasing like some news about like all this it's like a jobs, like hey, we need these jobs, and that's very rare, because right now they're doing a lot of more of layoffs. So whatever company is going to do this is going to make them considerably popular this week, because all most of the companies are doing layoffs, and the economy is rough right now, and so we're going to see it's either a governmental rollout of some type of program related to job opportunities that go well with the public, or it's an actual corporation. And we talk about thousands and thousands of jobs for American people, like come get your job. And it's not so much like, it's not going to really be too, like, oh, they're going to be looking to hire immigrants or something like that. I don't get that kind of energy. It's like something that Americans can take advantage of this week. Um, I mean, this is a big ass company, transnational corporation with billion-dollar corporation. And they're rolling out something this week in which or within the next 2 weeks, I'll give it 2 weeks to see this play out. But within the next week or within the next 2 weeks, they're going to be rolling this plan out where it's like, and it's countrywide. Like this is a corporation that's countrywide, like in multiple states. And so people will be able to go, um, and go to like this what is it when you show up? Is it on call or walk in? Is it like kind of a walk in interview type thing, or not even really an interview thing? They're not even going to be really, you know, it's not even a type of situation where you need to do an interview. It's possible you will, but like the way they need people or whatever they're rolling out or whatever they're trying to do, whatever grant, it's like they must have got they should procure some type of big ass contract or something they done got where they need to hire a bunch of motherfuckers. And it's not gonna be like, this elaborate process. It's gonna be like you show your paperwork, like paperwork that's real easy, like an ID or an ID, and what else they ask for, what is it, 1090, not 1099, it could be 1099, but what's that, it's not a statement of work, you guys know, but they ask for social security card. It's something that they, when you typically go and get a job, but it's more like, it's very lax though. It's like walk in, have your ID and your social security card to show you as a citizen that you could work in the country and you got the damn job right then and there. So that's going to be happening within the next 2 weeks. And that's just if it's a corporation. We hoping for a corporation to do that for the next 2 weeks, or the government's gonna roll out some type of shit that they got where they put in people, like it's something that they gonna roll out. But this does feel more so corporate, I have to say. On an individual level, oh, what happened? Oh, I hate that happened. On an individual level, um, well, you're going to be seeing a lot of you either testing the waters with the new opportunity. If you're a business owner, this is a new opportunity for money, something that you was trying to get into this week. But if you were trying to get into something this week with business opportunity, this is some good energy to do it around. If you were trying to add a new product or add a new feature to your business, if you have a passion project that you want to see if you can get some money off of, now is the time to do it. A lot of you are going to be getting recognition for some of your new job opportunities as well. There could be new companies coming forward this week that are new. They're going to be getting their notoriety that go mainstream. Very cool, creative companies come out. Again, it's not like mom and pop. Like this is something that you look up and it's just there and it's recent, like it's viral. And so we're going to be seeing some pretty cool company that comes out as well, a new one that's going to be that's going to go mainstream, and they're also going to be getting recognition for their cool endeavor. Or it's an existing company that goes into a new sector that is profitable and that is also it's going to be successful, and if they're going to get notoriety for that as well this week. If you want an individual level, um, if you are working, you are going to uh, get notoriety for the work that you do. This could actually be a raise if any of you were expecting raises this week, or wondering if you were going to get a promotion, or wondering if it was if that's the decision that you're looking for. If it's anything that's decision based regarding that, it looks like it's in your favor. If anybody that has that, we also see an energy where there could be a juggle. There is a slight juggling between finances and family life. Like this is on more so on a personal level. So if you're an individual, you may feel this week that you're juggling between finances and personal life, or you have to make a decision between two people. That could be the allocation of time, or that could be a literal relationship that you have to choose between two people. It's a decision that you have to make this week between two. That could be two people or two situations, or family and work life. This could relate to the workspace itself, having two decisions to make, choosing between a job opportunity or another opportunity. It's something with decision making and the juggling. Excuse me, and the juggling of time that many of you will be facing. I'm just trying to pick up if I see any more events. Is there any more events? Something with our military. Yeah, something with our military is going to be mainstream in the week this week. It doesn't look like it's kind of neutral, I would say, but it does look to be more so on the sinister side. But it does look like it's possible that a general or somebody that's major, like real high ranking, like somebody that got like some type of big position. This could be like the Pentagon, or a specific military branch, like an admiral, or shit like that. Somebody from the military. It looks like they're going to be getting some type of reward this week. Some type of what is it like? Some type of notification or notoriety. We may see them in the media this week or within the next 2 weeks. This is a major military guy that's going to be getting their flowers. It looks like this could be governmental, like where they're getting some type of. It looks like some type of reward. On a sinister side, some bad news about our military could come out. That's another thing I pick up. Some laws with family. I'm getting also something laws with regarding family planning, the family dynamic. Something this week get rolled out. This could be like child support stuff with child, the actual child rearing. I don't know if this is with CPS or something, but it's something with some type of that something with the children get rolled out relating to United to the law and children and family. That's something that also that I'm getting for world events that I'm picking up. That's pretty much what I'm getting for the events. And so we'll allow that 2 weeks to roll out. Mostly it'll be this week, but we'll see if we see those things. That's just the energy we get from this spread. And these are ideograms, they're pictograms that allow me to see, you know, uh, and the energy of a snapshot of the consciousness within a specific time and space. And so it's a permutation of the most likely probability based on the current state of consciousness for right now. And that's what we're getting. That's where we get when we look at these ideograms or pictograms. These are ideograms and pictograms. So each, how I'm able to see like the some of these actual events is the ideograms linked to a specific archetype in the quantum server. It's like a quantum computer server, and that's how I'm able to see those events that is going to be like more mainstream. Like, so you could see the small events like on an individual level, you can see the small stuff, but as far as like seeing the mainstream stuff, that stuff has the most energy. So last week, how we saw all that stuff with cars, like we just knew it was going to be something with a bunch of vehicles and CEO of the bank and all that. That energy was at the forefront. Like that was the stuff that was the biggest in the server, like the biggest, the bit that had the most weight in the server. And then the rest of the energy was more like archetypal bits, smaller energy, pretty much is how I would say it. So let's go to the individual level. So for individuals, again, we did say if you were looking for any type of new job opportunity, any passion projects, money's gonna be good this week for sure. For the next 2 weeks, money is good. You may feel like you're juggling between finances and um, family or bills, but it's temporary. That's a good thing. That may start out early right now. You may feel that way even today, but it's going to get better throughout the week. If you are trying to add a new feature, a new product to your business, this is also the great rollout. It's a good week to roll that out because it's a lot of notoriety. It's a lot of energy this week where people are going to be getting their reward, their victory, triumph, success. So it's a lot of that for people this week. Also, uh, it's a great week for sales. It's like sales. If you're into sales, you have the potential for a great week. Um, you're going to be feeling more confident than usual. So as people with sales ability, if you got any type of sales ability and you make money from sales, this will be a good week for you. Starts off a little rocky, but then uh, I would say with by Tuesday, by Wednesday, you'll start to see all that energy switch around real quick. Another thing on an individual level, there may be, if you're in a relationship, I'm not gonna hold you. There may be a little bit of sneakiness, cunningness, not necessarily cheating. That's the worst case scenario. Cheating is the worst case scenario, but this could just be an energy of a partner wanting to be alone with, noticing your partner more introvert than usual, noticing your partner. You may on a mid level, on a medium level, you may actually catch your partner in a lie. If you're with someone, you may catch them and it looks like a kind of like a white lie. I have to say, it looks like a white lie. It don't look like nothing that's a deal breaker. Well, it can break y'all up, or you can use the energy to make you stronger. But if you're also in a relationship, there could be a lack of clarity around communication. This is because of jumping to conclusions. This is also because of hiding something. Something be revealed this week. Something that didn't have to be hidden in your personal relationships can become revealed to you this week. And it doesn't look like it's anything that's deal breaker, but it is a little jarring. So it could be someone in your life that is hiding some information and it comes out, but it's a better expected result and with it coming out versus it being hidden. That's another thing that I'm picking up. On an extreme side, um, there could be some serious upheaval that is for your better though. Upheaval, sudden change. This could be a sudden move. I see people making a sudden move, so like a sudden, like this is not necessarily an eviction, though it can be, but this looks like an energy of where there's a sudden move because of a new opportunity that's coming in, and it is going to be shocking, and you're going to get some anxiety. You're going to feel like that moment, and then it's going to get better because you realize whatever the sudden move or sudden change is, it's going to lead to actually more money and a better opportunity. If it is sudden and it is going to shake you up a bit, it's like whoa, but it is really a divine influence pushing you to the next step. even though it seems like, dang, that just happened all of a sudden. I didn't know that. I was not expecting that. That's so shocking. It's gonna be feeling shocking, like that type of thing. And then what's gonna happen is it's gonna work itself out. It's gonna work its way. Everything gonna be fine, and the actual opportunity is gonna come and be better than what you thought. So it just means that some people, if you have a little bit of stagnated energy, indecision, which is a little bit, and you have some of you guys have a little bit of indecision, this energy is knocking you to reality. It is giving you clarity. It is giving you is knocking you on your ass so that you can get back up, bigger, better, and brighter than before. So it's like it's the epiphany, sudden epiphany, um, you know, crash out moment. I mean, it depends on how this could be an energy that's tempered off. Um, but I do see a major change though. But again, it's ultimately for the better. You'll be more confident after this. You'll be more successful after this. You'll everything will you'll have more peace and harmony after this. And so that's what the main energy is, what you need to take from that. That's what you mainly need to take from that, is what I would say. Because everything looks good other than that, other than the sudden upheaval, possible catching a partner in a lie, or someone close to you like in a lie, or they hiding something from you that gets out in the open. That's the individual level. And then also feeling like the juggling between the finances and um, time and people, and but all that's temporary. But the big thing is towards the end of the week is when you start to see new opportunities. Again, if you was looking forward to start your passion project, or to see if you can monetize your passion project, or if you was trying to get into sales, if you got to do some social media marketing, do that shit this week. If you're a business owner and you do social media marketing, do that shit this week. It's a good time to do it as well. There's a lot of viral effect energy for this week that I'm picking up. Like it's a lot of things that can organically pop this week. It can. It's a lot of energy out there. But luckily, I don't see like no damn storms. I mean, there could be storms. There's storms everywhere, right? We have the whole world we're talking about, but I don't see nothing like that. Last 2 weeks ago, when I kept seeing big ass thunderstorms, and a bunch of water and blackouts. I'm glad I don't see that this week. I don't see that. We saw it, and then the whole country was fucked up with blackouts and and outages and storms everywhere that same week. I don't know. I hated that I had to see it, but that is literally what I saw. Like I literally was looking at the spread and just kept seeing it, no matter what But that was letting us know for preparation. So if you heard something that sparks your interest, you can tap into that energy, or you can um put your intentions on it to shift the outcome into what you want. So if you knew you have a passion project and that you wanted to monetize, maybe this week you start doing the research to see what platforms you want to use. Do you want to use Etsy? You want to use Amazon? How are you going to do your marketing? Any of those things. If you are wanting to, this is the week to do that. If this is something that resonates with you, or if you have second guessing yourself, or if you're already doing this, already farther along, or even considerably advanced, possibly already have a company when you're looking to launch a feature or a product this week. That is good. If you need to do more marketing around that, this is the week to do it. It's going to be a lot of that going on. That's the energy that I'm picking up. Very, very mild as far as the relationship stuff too. I'm not getting anything too crazy, but what I'm getting from some people is that they got to choose between two women. That I ain't gonna hold you. It's like I don't know who this is, but somebody had to choose between two women, and they've been sneaking around, sneaking around, and that means if I'm picking this up on an individual level and not on like on a major level, this energy is so small. That means that somebody that's going to listen to this video, or somebody that's listening to it, or somebody that's going to that's going to, within the next week. And so this is a message relating to somebody that I'm picking up on. Because even again, when you tune into the YouTube, it's a radio signal telecommunication. It's like it's radio signals, and even though somebody could be listening to you and you don't know who it is, or you can't see them, they can't see you or whatever, you could still pick up on their energy, believe it or not. That's just like if someone was to say, hey, my name is so and so, can I have a card? They're that two-way communication through these wireless waves, through the waves, and even through obviously you typing on your damn internet. Oh yeah, we can pick up. I can pick up on that energy and read it. Oh yeah, believe it or not, telecommunications and the internet is so highly, 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 highly close to the quantum realm, or what people say the spiritual realm, the cosmos. It plays a part. It plays a part. And that's why if you look at the way a computer is built and the way your brain is built, or even artificial intelligence, it needs neuron and neural networks. They got the deep learning algorithms, and these algorithms, they work just like a damn brain. Absolutely, it works just like a brain, computer brain. The internet and these computers, they're pretty much external three-dimensional apparatuses that mimic your brain, that mimic, they're an extension of humans. And that's why people say you don't want to become a cyborg, or they have transhumanism. But yeah, so when you on this internet, or on the phone telecommunicating, I hear your voice, you hear my voice, but we 1,000 miles apart and all this stuff. What do you think that is? It's still energy exchange, and so we can pick up on that. Absolutely. Okay, so let's see. We got someone here. What's her name? Nutella Vami Chess. It's been a long one. Yes, I wanted to hear and learn that. Okay, so it storms built me. Okay, okay. So I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you. Yes. Um, and so I'm going to be back. I'm going to take a break. We're going to end this video. We are doing a brief lecture. We have the Center for Sexual Health and Family Planning for Black Americans. I had started in 2022, and I said I was going to do more content around it, and we never really got into it because I got so busy with other things. But today I want to start that, and so we'll be back with a live for the Center for Sexual Health and Family Planning. It is a brief lecture, and then we're doing Freaky Friday for Black Americans. We're just going to see how it goes. Freaky Friday. I explain more about that in that video. But if you guys are interested in uh, checking me out there, we'll do that. Give me like about 10 minutes, and then we'll start that up for sexual health or family planning. It's a lecture on spiritual sexuality relating to semen and semen retention. We're going to get really deep, and we talk about the objective scientific aspects of semen, and if semen's effects and psychic effects on the woman's brain. So we'll be covering that. It's a brief lecture, and then we go right into Freaky Friday for Black Americans. What is Freaky Friday? It's just listening to freaky songs on Freaky Friday. That's all it is. It ain't nothing major, nothing crazy. We just listening to some music and vibing out. Reflecting and talking about sexuality. And so it's an educational, it's definitely informative and educational, but we also want to have some fun. And so that's why we ended with some music and getting our jam on, rocking out to some music. So we'll be doing that in 10 minutes. And I appreciate you guys. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Okay, bye.